hello again, and welcome to Rolynn's Reviews. We are back. I hope you're having a terrific Sunday. I am. I will do the roll call momentarily as we give everyone a chance to join the chat room. If you will, hit that little thumb. That's the like button. That tells YouTube that you are enjoying this content. And hey, who knows? They may share it out with um, other folks, and they may join us in the conversation. Also, if you have various forms of social media, please share this stream out on Facebook or Truth Social, whatever it may be. Okay, we appreciate everything that you do. All right. So look at the title. I think I mentioned this. Was it Saturday, Friday, or Saturday? I don't remember, but I told you that I would be talking about this because this is all over social media, and of course, the race hustlers are jumping all over it, and to them, it's a one big conspiracy. And we told you this would happen if you voted for that racist Trump. You know they're just going to the end with it. You know that. So, um, I just wanted to share this with you, and so you could get some truth. Because if you hear any of that crap that they're sharing, OMG. All right. Okay. I'll go ahead and do the roll call and then we'll get started. Also, don't forget, if you were not here earlier, some of you have been asking me to do a music reaction. I actually did do one earlier today before I went to church, um, on the Eagles, not the football team. The music, the rock group. I did one of my favorite Eagles songs, Hotel California. I've attempted to sing it here, but we know that just didn't work out too well. And it won't until I get my singing lessons. Okay. How you doing, Florida? Florida, thank you so much for helping me to keep this channel in order. And Florida also reminded me, I didn't know, she reminded me that there's a way to hype the videos, but it's on, I think you can only do it on your cell phone, Florida, from what I've seen. Um, because I tried to from my laptop, I couldn't find it. But if you're on your cell phone, and if you look uh, right beside the word, which is I think it's beside the word thanks. If you scroll over, you'll see the word HYPE, hype, right beside it. So you can hype the video. So YouTube will also share the video out if you hit that button after you've viewed a video. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. So I see some more people joining us. How you doing, Jeffrey? Good afternoon. Did you see my comments? My girls, I was rushing trying to get ready for this, trying to watch those heart attack cardiac cowboys to make sure they didn't lose. So I think I did, but I don't know if I responded. My girls, exactly. There's nothing new. Evil will be evil. Boom. We know that. Maga Maha, how you doing? Hit the like button, please, love. Um, Tell the FBI to call Nancy Pelosi and her sicko friends to stop making prank calls. Maga Maha. Oh my God. Jermaine, how you doing, love? Monique, I hope everything is well. Darla, how are you? Me, Yao. Darla's with us. And so I had to send her some kitties. Reanimator. Last time with BLM, there were those from the Black community who were writing racist stuff on cars and in toilets and blaming it on others. It always makes me question racist threats and graffiti. Reanimator. You were not here. I think I had 2 live streams on Saturday. And if you go back and look at my videos, you will see I'm not making this up. How you doing, Patriot Roy? We talked about it's probably a hoax. Reanimator, I'm not saying that because you said it. I'm saying it because we know that this is what they do. And it's always see. And I've seen some pictures with Kamala Harris, and she's smiling. Yeah, told you this would happen, or told you should have voted for me. And I'm just like, oh, gag me with a spoon. How you doing, Juanita Words? They need a reason. Yes, they do. And from what I'm seeing, the race hustlers are saying, you know, we told you, racist Trump, he hates black people, and, they're getting rid of the voting rights, uh, slavery's coming back, you name it, they tell lies. We know that. We ignore them, and we speak the truth here. Okay. So, black students and colleges across U.S. targeted with racist threats day after Charlie Kirk killing. Now, I will say it wasn't only black colleges. I'm going to share with you also black students attending predominantly white institutions as well. And I don't know if you know this, the DNC was threatened. So they're on high alert too. And again, folks, from their past history, who knows? Uh, we found out in the past, they're always trying to make it appear as if someone is racist. And then when it all comes out in the wash, we find out they were the ones and it was all a hoax. So we have to wait and see, because I said this on Saturday, because someone, of course, a selective hearing is what I call it. Someone said, how do you know? And you don't know, this could be true. I said, in my opinion, it may be a hoax. I did not say that it was definitely a hoax. So let me go through this, folks. And I pushed the time up because I know people are watching football games on Sunday. And I said, at least they'll be done with the 4 o'clock game. Big Cat, how you doing, love? Okay. And so FBI said threats were hoax calls, although universities took measures to prevent incidents on campuses. Okay. And Bethune-Cookman, all right, is HBCU in Daytona Beach, Florida. Okay. Black students across the U.S. were targeted this week by coordinated racist death threats, forcing at least 7 historically black colleges into emergency lockdowns just a day after the far-right activist Charlie Kirk was killed at the Utah Valley University. At New York University, black students reportedly received a threatening manifesto specifically targeting them, according to an email seen by The Guardian from the university's Black Student Union. The manifesto was said to contain extremely graphic threats of gun violence and stated the author was coming for only ends. You know what they mean by ends. Citing the number of black students as taking away from a safe space for white people. Yeah, that sounds like a lib to me. In the email, the NYU Black Student Union criticized university officials for their lack of transparency, saying administrators waited more than 6 hours before informing students that the manifesto specifically targeted black students. NYU did not immediately respond to a request for comment. At least 7 historically black colleges and universities went on lockdown on Thursday, including Alabama State University, Virginia State University, Hampton University in Virginia, Spelman College, Southern University, and A&M College, Clark Atlanta University, Morehouse College, and Bethune-Cookman University. All right. Virginia State University's president, Makola M. Abdullah, wrote to the campus community, today, Virginia State University, along with several other historically black colleges and universities, received a threat and intended to disrupt, intimidate, and instill fear in our community. Who does that remind you of? All right, type it in the comment section. How you doing, Detroit HP? How you doing, love? Okay. The university enacted a temporary campus lockdown before lifting it with restrictions, limiting access to students, faculty, and staff with valid identification. Alabama State University's president, Quentin T. Ross Jr., said his school received a terroristic threat directed at our campus and immediately suspended operations out of an abundance of caution. The university coordinated with law enforcement while making provisions for students to return to residence halls and access meals. Okay. Assess. Hampton University temporarily stopped all non-essential activities and closed all campus activities and classes through Friday, including athletic events. School officials said the safety and well-being of our students, faculty, staff, and visitors remain our highest priority. Okay. If you're familiar with this, type a one in the comment section, please. Joel, if life was an amusement park ride, it would be called the spirograph ride, the ride of your life after you get all the way around. Yes, you're back where you started. Boom. Darla, where are we? Charlie Kirk was not far right. This time. Thank you, Tina. Tina, you know it will be exposed. Detroit says, you see all the lefties getting fired. Yes. Uh, I've been talking about that, Detroit. They are crashing out. They are losing their job. I've been watching those videos all day. How stupid can you be? Come on, smarten up. Um, the FBI told the Guardian in a statement it was aware of hoax threat calls to a number of HBCUs, but there was no information to indicate a credible threat. The FBI takes these threats very seriously because it puts innocent people at risk, the federal law enforcement agency said. We urge the public to remain vigilant and report any and all suspicious activity and or individuals to law enforcement immediately. And again, we'll wait and see what happens. This sounds like to me, which party is, how you doing, MC? Thank you for your service, sir. Which party is always trying to instill fear? Type it in the comment section. Monique, I'm not familiar with this story. A white man assassinated Charlie. Why are they targeting black folks? Boom. Okay, Monique. Monique, type it in the comment. Right. So it's like they have turned their hatred and vitriol. And like I said, it seems to me, and we'll find out, in my opinion, because of all of the other previous hoaxes, this sounds like a hoax to me. Okay. If it's not, then we'll come back and talk about it. Detroit said, yes, they really are. FAFO, real time. Detroit, you're older like I am. Why social media has caused people to lose their mind? I really believe that. Baldwin says Democrats. MC, yes, the HBCUs have been in bed for years with the Democrats. All they do is indoctrinate and brainwash people. How you doing, Connie? And so it's MC, you tell me what it sounds like to you with all these other previous examples. Oh my God. You know, and especially since Trump is in office. Look at this. We told y'all he's racist, he's fascist, and he's doing this and he's doing. And it turns out to be a hoax. It always does. Because they can't use illegals for their voting base, and many blacks change their views. Boom. Prosperity knows what's going on here. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much. They ran to the internet to celebrate. Yes, Detroit. Yes. Connie, I'm behind on this live. I have to listen. Oh, yeah. We just started. You're not too late. Okay. Most of the affected universities have since lifted their lockdowns, but maintained enhanced security measures and canceled classes through the weekend as federal and local law enforcement agencies continued their investigations. The threats came amid a federal manhunt for the shooter who killed Kirk during a campus event on Wednesday at Utah Valley University in Utah, though the suspected shooter is now in custody. HBCUs have previously been targets of violent threats. In 2022, the FBI launched an investigation into similar incidents, and later that year announced that an individual was charged with making dozens of racist threats targeting HBCUs. Still, the coordinated nature of threats have spiked concerns about the targeted harassment of Black students and educational institutions. So this doesn't make sense. Like, how you doing, Lanita? Someone said a white man killed him, and now all their anger is being targeted at HBCUs. Make it make sense. Okay. These threats are not random. They are targeted attacks on institutions. Virginia State University President Abdullah said in her statement, to those who seek to silence or scare us, we will not be intimidated. So like I said, it sounds like the Democrats to me, folks. I'm just saying. Tell me in the comment section what your thoughts are. MC, they got some nerve to call the Trump administration after calling him Hitler and racist. Boom. You got it. And MC, I'm saying I hope they remember him when it's time to vote in the midterms, because everyone's calling on Daddy Trump for help, right? But many of you voted for the Curry Queen, so let's remember that when it's time to vote again. That's what MC. That's what I'm saying. Maga maha deflection. Exactly. Now, if I like I said, this is my opinion, and so we'll see. It will all come out in the wash. Okay. All right. So I'm done with that. Now I will go to, and I always have videos, so I will go ahead and get those videos going, and we will continue. All right. Some of you said you were not familiar with this. You didn't know this was happening. And I get it with everything else going on. It just went over your head, or you just didn't hear it. Everything they were celebrating is about to go down. No jobs. You want to celebrate hate? I don't feel sorry for you. Jeffrey, how can people be so stupid? Okay, Jeffrey, even if I hated Charlie or whoever, Hulk Hogan, I would not be stupid enough to go on social media. I mean, if I did, I would talk to maybe some close friends or family. Why is there a need to go on social media and share it? And now all these idiots are losing their jobs. And it's so embarrassing. Many of them are teachers. How do you think that makes me feel? They're idiots. Antifa started in Nazi Germany with Nazis. Boom. Lanita, HBCU administrators are now reaping the same energy that they sowed. Boom. Yes, because we know who they were out here supporting, the Curry Queen. The crazies are eating themselves like the snakes that they are. Yes. Nemo, yeah, lots of tea. Yes, Nemo. Yes. Jeffrey, it is forever. I don't care if you delete, you shut down an account. It is still, someone still has it. Reanimator, so-called teachers. Yeah, they're brainwashers and indoctrinators. We know what they are. Words have consequences and actions have consequences. Boom. Demons love death of any kind. Right, Lanita? Mara, how you doing, dear? So let's listen to this.
Colleges and universities across the country are currently under lockdown after a slew of threats that were called in today. Moments ago, Spelman College announcing a shelter in place over the threats, including at Clark Atlanta University, which is near their campus.
Other HBCUs receiving threats today: Hampton University, Virginia State University, Alabama University, Bethune-Cookman University, and Southern University. The schools urging students to remain vigilant, saying these lockdowns will be in place until further notice. NBC News correspondent Stephen Romo is following the latest for us. It seems, Stephen, like we're getting even more campuses that are closing down just upon hearing what the other campuses are choosing to do.
That's true. And to be honest, it's been hard to keep up because we just keep getting new information from new campuses that are shutting down because of concern or because they've received direct threats from this. You mentioned we had Southern University as well. That's in Baton Rouge. Bethune-Cookman, which is in Daytona Beach. And interesting, Spelman University has that shelter in place order, but it's actually not received any specific threats, they said, but the close proximity to Clark Atlanta University has made them, out of an abundance of caution, decide to issue a shelter in place just because of how close they are. They have said they're also increasing security just in case. We have statements from the other universities you mentioned as well. Virginia State University, Alabama University, Hampton University, and Hampton, Virginia. All of these statements so far seem pretty similar. They're saying they have received a threat directly to campus, and they are either asking people to stay off campus or issuing a lockdown order, a shelter-in-place order, so people stay where they are. There is a lot of concern here. Of course, the Charlie Kirk shooting happened on a college campus. We had the Colorado shooting at a high school yesterday as well. The heightened sense of tension is palpable in these students I've seen online replying to this. There's a very real fear. Having lockdowns on campus and these types of threats is not unheard of. It's pretty common. But all of these happening today, specifically at HBCUs, is causing a lot of concern.
Yeah, on top of it being 9/11 as well. It's really a dark day today. Stephen Romo, we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yes, Florida. I haven't seen the hype feature on the video. It's right beside, you have to scroll left. It's right beside the word thanks. You have to be on a mobile device, like a phone or maybe a tablet. Because like I'm on my desktop streaming, so it's not on here. And then you see the word hype, you hit the hype button and that hypes the video. If that makes sense. Any of you who are on smartphones can do that. Magamaha, you didn't tell me it was MSNBC. I'm going to now call one of these universities because I'm calling BS. Yeah, I shared that. We know what they're about. Lost in the fog, going in circles. Here we go around in circles. Yeah, and I have let me show you what I have here. And don't forget, those of you who are here, I actually did a music reaction to the Eagles, and make sure you check that out. It's better than me trying to sing. It hurts your ears, okay? So yeah, this is hold on, let me show you. It's kind of everywhere. All right, and they're all pretty much saying the same thing. And that's MSNBC. I gave you the short version, but yeah, they're all on top of it. And okay, let me see where we are. You can see if you look over here to the right, everywhere I'm scrolling, they're just telling you what happened. And yeah, but I'm going to show you your favorite. Hold on. Now wait. I'll take this down. I hope you are enjoying this content. Before you judge me, look at yourself, Buddy Miles. Yeah, will it go around in circles? Will you fly like a bird up in the sky? Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Now, the race hustlers, they're taking this and they are just losing their minds. To them, this is a larger part of the racist conspiracy against Black Americans. You see the name, need I say more? Joel, the ultimate entity had a single thought, and all people lost the concept of religion, political party, that people look different, speak different. I wonder what those people would think about. Joel, that's an excellent question. Wow. Sherry, how you doing? They're all working together to form this narrative. They always say the exact same thing. Thank you, Sherry. And you're right. Yeah. The threats are too convenient. Yeah. Again, who's the party that's always instilling fear, the fear mongering, the race baiting? That's what it sounds like when you look at some of the racist comments that were sent in, threatening, these HBCUs, North Carolina A&T State University in Greensboro, North Carolina. I'm a graduate of. Now they're not experiencing any of these issues, but let me see. All right, there we go. Nemo, exactly. The media's on top of reporting these threats. Yeah, and again, from our past history, every time they do some research, come to find out. Then the last thing I looked at, this Black woman said that she was attacked and all these other things, and it was racial, and white supremacists were after her, and they did this and that, and now come to find out she made it up. So stop it. All right, let's listen to Roly-Poly. All right, and he's really, so far as the race hustling, the fear mongering, oh my God, he just takes it to another level. You become a target when you can't control you or you don't think like them. Boom. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up before you judge me. Do you know these demons? They're now threatening to unalive his wife and children. Well, I hope all of you were aware of that. I watched a video on that earlier. They are nuts. And again, I'm going to show you. They have a list of other people that they said need to go. Now they're playing God. I can't. Demonic. Reanimator. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Boom. My girls. Al Sharptongue is the perm troll. Jesse Jackson is the one brain cell giant. Pulpit pimp Jamal Bryant is the fairy queen. And three chin greasy pork neck rolling is Miss Piggy in reverse dress. My girls, oh my God. You have a name for everyone. You think I'm joking? Nancy got with Schumer. They said grab 2 from the House and 2 from the Senate. Make those calls to the university. Get them. No, Maga Maha. I think it's a hoax. I think I said that before you joined us. I think it's all a bunch of, as the old people used to say, hogwash. I think it's another. To me, I think it's just another hoax to keep us divided. Big Cat. Yes, it's satanic. Listen to this crap.
Multiple HBCUs have been under a lockdown amid threats to their campuses. Alabama State University, Hampton University, Virginia State University, Southern University in Baton Rouge, as well as Bethune-Cookman University in Florida were all placed on lockdown today, each citing potential threats made against their campuses. In Atlanta, Spelman College urged students and faculty to avoid campus and implemented heightened security measures following a threat made against nearby Clark Atlanta University. Campus police at Clark Atlanta University confirmed the threat had been received, prompting a shelter-in-place order. These incidents come one day after right-wing influencer Charlie Kirk was shot dead on a college campus in Utah. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries released a statement about these threats. This is what he had to say. He said, the violent threats made today against several historically black colleges and universities throughout the nation are despicable, and yet another indication that the explosion of hateful extremism is out of control. We stand with the students, faculty, and communities that have had their peace and safety disrupted. I'm thankful to local law enforcement for their swift response. The Department of Justice and FBI must thoroughly investigate any potential act of domestic terrorism and not turn a blind eye when black college students are apparently being viciously targeted. These attempts to intimidate everyday Americans will not stand. We need leadership at this moment that brings the country together. Now, a threat was also made against the Democratic National Committee headquarters. Senate staff received an alert from the U.S. Capitol regarding the responses to the National Party's headquarters, according to a statement.
How you doing, Nemo? How you doing, Smart Final? Nemo said this is deflection. So obviously it was a white man that unalived Charlie, right? Kirk. So why all of a sudden is all this violence, this so-called violence, being threatened against black students at black and white universities? Tell me, explain that to me. My girls, I see a whole buffet under his neck. What do you see? Ribs, ham bone, cornbread, neck muscle. My girl, woo! I'm never going to make my girl angry. Woo! Connie. Exactly. Tina, a white man was killed, so the blacks have got to get in on this somehow. Right. And again, trying to scare them. A lot of black Americans are still leaving the Democratic Party. So what do they do when blacks start leaving the Democratic Party? They bring the fear mongering in again. See all this racism, see all these racist things that are happening since President Trump became president. You know, so yeah. Darla, I love it.
From the U.S. Capitol Police. Officers were alerted to the potential threat at 1:07 p.m. Eastern and began sweeping the building and surrounding areas. As of the latest update.
And I wonder who, those that are just joining us. How you doing, T. Lawrence? Jesse Smollett can find the perpetrator. Thank you, T. Lawrence. We're so used to all of these hoaxes with these Democrats. I'm just saying. If I'm wrong, we'll come on here and we'll talk about it. But we've seen so many in the past. If I had a blind person asking me who was talking in the video and I told them a redhead, they might say, albino Scottish person, and I'd laugh. That's a joke. Okay, Joel. All right, let's see. So yeah, they're threatening black students at black colleges, at white colleges. The DNC is receiving threats. Now, all of this since the Charlie Kirk shooting. And remember, initially, they were telling lies all over the internet. The mainstream media was saying that the person who unalived Charlie Kirk was a MAGA individual. Remember when this first happened? They lied and said he was MAGA. You see, it was MAGA. It wasn't us. So all they do is lie. And Roly Poly is cutting in and out. That's not me today. That's him. He had something going on with his audio. That's not me this time.
Person confirmed that the incident was determined to be a non-credible bomb threat. Now, keep in mind, the DNC headquarters also, they still have not found the person who placed those pipe bombs outside of the DNC headquarters in January of 2021. I want to go to my panel. Greg, I want to start with you. You're a professor at Howard University. Give us a sense of what it felt like on that campus today. Howard was not one of those schools that were impacted. But the thing here, I mean, what does it say that after this day, HBCUs were targeted? I mean, the reality is, in this climate we're in this anti-Black climate, HBCUs are a huge target for racists in America.
So they're still pushing this narrative, this anti-Black narrative in America, this racist narrative in America. They won't let it go. Nemo, bad cholesterol in his bandwidth. I love it. This reminds me of the racist text messages after the election. Monique, thank you. Another hoax. Okay. Right, Baldwin, right. Tina, they're trying to make out like MAGA is doing this because Charlie Kirk was killed. Tina, thank you. Right. Darla. Ooh, too many truth bombs today. I love it.
Rolynn, I'm trying to pick my words carefully here. When the first reports began to filter out earlier today, I went to several of my group chats because, of course, I have colleagues at every one of those campuses and most of the HBCUs. Of course, those students, from most of them. And the reports I got back, some were sheltering in place, like Clark. Students at Spelman were locked down for about an hour next door. Morehouse, of course, got a report back, and we were in conversation. And the general sentiment was this: you're not going to intimidate us, and you're not going to scare us. These white nationalists are at war with each other. They've been at war with each other since they left Europe 500 years ago. They are, in moments like this, when they're desperate, in moments like this, they get more and more absurd. And we get pulled into this violence. This is not a nation. It is a country with a lot of different people in it. And if you want to go look for people who are killing people, the last place you should look is historically Black colleges and universities. And if you think a few phone calls and some emails that will be taken seriously, of course, but if you think for a minute that that's going to stop us, you know what I did today, Rolynn? After I checked on my people, and as I was checking on my people.
How you doing, Jose Aurelius? Blessings to you. The Bill ABC TV. Hello, how are you? RP says, and welcome, RP. I think a lot of people mistook what Charlie said about Black people, and they're making horrible videos along with the other nut. Yeah, RP, I don't think you were here. I've done a couple of videos on. They are saying some horrible things. And then they're Black and white people all over social media, laughing, dancing, celebrating. It's awful. I have never in my life seen this type of behavior. It makes you lose faith in humanity. Nemo, yes. Darla, we're too busy praying and holding vigils to be making threats. Violence comes from their playbook, not ours. Boom. Maga Maha, watch his eyes. He can't look at the camera, always up and to the right, up to the left. He knows he's lying. Joel, the way I look at the internet, it's all the best. 51% true. There's some messed up thinkers out there Takes a lifetime to form a decent opinion. Okay. Turning point is going nowhere. The whole globe knows about it. Jeffrey, okay. What do you mean by that? Jeffrey? Yeah, they're not. They're not. They're going to continue the work, Jeffrey. So they're not stopping anything. You're right. Okay, we'll continue.
I went to teach my classes. That's what I did.
Nola, again, we talk about threats. Our HBCUs obviously have to be proactive.
And if you see with Roly Poly, he says that they're under siege. With their anti-Black, America has an anti-Black agenda, and it's escalated to terror. Oh my God, Jeremiah, how you doing, love? Oh, I am ex Aurelius came. Aurelius, who blocked you? You never say anything wrong, Aurelius. I'll go in and unblock you, dear. Sometimes when people, sometimes the moderators, as well as myself, sometimes we'll hit the wrong person and we'll block you by accident. I'll go in and I will unblock you, Aurelius. Okay, dear. I didn't know you were blocked, but I'll unblock you. Okay, you're fine. Sherry, they look like a bunch of warlocks and witches. Just in time for Halloween. Woo! These are the people that act like better than you blacks because they have degree. Yeah, this is Nemo. We're looking at the black bole, and this white man, he's just one of the schmucks. But all of these are they're part of the black bole, the black gatekeepers that try to keep Black Americans on the Democratic plantation. That's their job. That's how they get their checks. Connie, there are other podcasters there that are showing people speaking out on this murder. Most are Black. President Trump needs to act on this problem. Yeah, and I have a clip to show you of this young man. I guess he looks like he's in middle school. I'm going to show it to you. And he was like, people shouldn't be doing this. I'm like, what does the Bible say? A child shall lead. It's so sad. It is so sad that children are acting like the adults and the adults are acting like the children. That's what's happening. Jeffrey said YouTube. Yeah. Aurelius. That was probably YouTube, but I'll see if I can go in and unblock you, love, because you've never said anything wrong. Here we go.
And again, we talk about this stuff. It's real what we're living in. We are literally living in a climate where Black people are being attacked. You look at social media, are being vilified. You take one Black man who's schizophrenic, who kills a white woman on a public transportation, and every Black person in America has to be held into account. But if somebody white is killed, it's not like every white person has to address that.
So again, he's still pushing that narrative. Rolynn, it was not on your channel. This happened on another channel. Oh, okay, Jose. Okay, love. We're just glad you're here. The video title is Charlie Kirk Shreds the Myth of Systemic Racism. Okay, sorry if I missed it. I'm trying to work. Oh, okay, RP. Yeah, I've done a couple of videos. They're calling him, well, they were calling Trump the biggest racist. So now that Charlie Kirk has gone on to be with the Lord, they're calling him the biggest racist. So you can't win. So Maga Maha, while he sits in his $1 million house driving his Mercedes, boom, they're talking about how horrible Black Americans are being vilified, discriminated, all of these things. So he's not letting it go. Okay.
This thing is real. The constant attacks on DEI. We can go on and on and on. And so we have to stay alert and be vigilant because we are on. And not only that, you take Latinos, and now the Supreme Court has said they can be searched at any given time just because of how they look and how they sound. What we have literally is an attack on people of color in the United States by white America.
They're not going to let that narrative go. No. Rolynn is trying his best to keep those checks rolling in. We know that. My girls, he drives a food truck. Stop paying. Oh my God, this is hilarious. Yeah, it's the white people getting killed. Tina, we talked about the man, the schizophrenic black man here in Charlotte, North Carolina, who should have been incarcerated at the time. He was not. We know why. His mother even warned that he needed to be locked up, but they said no, he's fine. And so they're not saying that every black person in America, this is what he's saying. Now all black people are being vilified. Yeah, there's some horrible people saying horrible things. He never says anything. There are a lot of black people on social media saying some horrible things too. He never addresses it. So stop it. Thank you, Barnes. Yes, Monique, they're still trying to incite a race war. Exactly. If they take his knife and fork and plate, all you can eat from all you can eat buffet, he's done. Boom. Truth bomb.
Absolutely. And this is a historical escalation, right? Even it doesn't matter what the person may or may not look like who shot Charlie Kirk or what their ideology is. The fact is,
it's supposed to be ideology.
Folks with guns, folks with chips on their shoulders, a lot of insurrectionists who were let go after January 6th, these people have already made up their minds a long time ago about who the enemy is, right? They have already made up their mind. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what facts say. It doesn't matter what logic says. What matters is to them, we are the enemy. We are their oldest enemy, right? And then you have immigrants that come in, from different parts of the world who also get put into this categorization of the other and the enemy. So that is the reality in which I know that I was raised in. And as we sit here still in 2025, that reality is starker than ever. There was a post on Dear White Staffers on Instagram from a Black student asking her white professor at a PWI, a public white institution, private white institution, however you want to phrase it, asking her professor if it was okay if she stayed in her dorm or in her apartment because she was afraid to come to campus. And her professor's response was, "Don't let them win." And then her response was, "Well,
don't get it."
Oh my God, this chat I'm cracking up. Sherry Yufferton, how are you doing, love? Oh, even that lady made Connie upset. She said the fact is, shut your trap, lady. Oh my God. Oh, and when Connie gets upset, it's getting heated. Barnes Homestead, shame on her. They have to push that narrative to try and keep Black people afraid and cowering and on that Democratic plantation, dependent on them for the crumbs that they throw them. Get out of here. This is the narrative. So look at all these people teaching at not just Black universities, but white universities. This is the narrative that they're shoving down these people's throats. Then they go out here and do something radical. So, that's what's happening. Joel, let me see. Where are we here? I dare all of you to use full sentences, convey a whole thought. Right. This isn't about race. This is left and right. Thank you, Tina. MAGA. Would it make a difference to him knowing that Black women have been killed by these illegal criminals? Tina, of course not. No, God, no. Damon, there you go. I haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing, love? My girl, she looks like Vampirella. She wants to bite your neck. Yeah, they have to keep pushing this narrative. Here we go. Oh my God.
As like one of 3 Black people,
So she says we are the white people are our enemies. She said we are their white people's oldest enemies. So with this thought process, what she's teaching the people in her classes.
In this classroom, I stand out. I am a target. And as someone who teaches at a PWI, I can tell you in these moments, my Black.
Now she teaches at a predominantly white university. So this is the crap she spews, right? And you wonder why people get so mixed up and twisted. This is why. Listen to this crap. We canceled the Victim Olympics for 2025, but listen to this. Sherry Yelverton, her lips look like wax ones we used to get at the candy store. Yes, Cher. I remember those. Woo!
Students are actually the most worried because I stand out, they stand out. You know, Greg was talking about being at a HBCU. There is that community aspect. There is that resilience. Those aspects aren't necessarily there at PWIs. And so it's a very interesting kind of parallel where you have Black students in one instance, they have that community. We stand together, like I wish you would kind of mentality. And then where I work, my students, it's a completely different situation. But the last thing I'll say is this. This is not a new situation for us, but I will say through my professional lens, things are escalating. We are beyond warm. We are approaching hot every single day when we are talking about this kind of nuanced civil war. We're definitely in a warm to hot phase.
Yeah, so they're talking civil war. Black people are being vilified. We're white people, white America's oldest enemy. They, we hear this all the time. They hate us. They despise us. Fill in the blank. This is what they're taught. This is what, and she teaches those just joining. She teaches at a white university. This is what she tells her students. And then you have all these white people with white guilt. Listen to this. Okay, now you know. Indoctrination and brainwashing at Black universities and white.
And see, Tim, the issue that we are dealing with, is that historically, if we go back to the Department of Justice, we go back to the Black Freedom Movement, we talk about the protection of civil rights workers and marchers and protesters. Bobby Kennedy was the Attorney General. And so historically, we're talking about looking.
Barnes, they're called predominantly white universities. So you have predominantly white universities and then predominantly Black universities, but they both have, everyone there really. Oh, if that makes sense. PDI, predominantly white. Okay. PWI. Okay, here we go. Sherry Yelverton, lady, that might be menopause you're spewing. Get a fan. I love it, Sherry. I love that.
To the federal government for protection. The problem that we're now living in is that the folks running the federal government see us as enemies. And the American people, especially Black people, do not have the trust in the Department of Justice.
We don't have trust in you. So again, you see, they keep saying the same thing. Black Americans are looked at as the enemy, and white people, they're our enemy. You see what he keeps saying? Tina, white people are the ones that ended slavery. Boom. And on the Underground Railroad, when Black Africans were escaping, they had plenty of white people helping. During the Civil Rights movement, plenty of white people helped. But you see what he's spewing? My question is, I know we have free speech, but not when you're inciting violence. Help me out here. Okay, Connie, exactly. I felt ashamed of being a white person in high school that was predominantly Black, and it's true. We had other races, but Blacks were the main amount. Oh, okay, Jeremiah. Well, I'm glad you don't feel ashamed anymore, and we're glad you're here. Tina says, send her back to Africa. Yeah, all these people, you're not happy, just go. Goodbye. Roland Martin is always live. I think he's grown into his recliner. Somebody do a welfare check. Share. Facts. All this time, I thought we were all just people. Maka Maha, I thought we were too, but obviously, according to him, nope. Here we go.
The trust in U.S. Marshals, the trust in federal law enforcement. Again, when you have Stephen Miller and Corey Lewandowski and Tom Homan, when you have Ice Barbie Christy Nome, when you have Donald Trump as their leader, literally saying the things that they are saying and what they are doing, folk are saying, hey, man, we can't look to them for protection if we're being targeted. I mean, this is the same guy who canceled the the Secret Service detail for Vice President Kamala Harris.
Roly-poly. Vice President Kamala Harris has millions of dollars. Why should the taxpayers continue to pay for her security detail as she promotes her memoir? Not my problem. How you doing, Whiskey Monk? Whiskey Monk, love you, girl. You're doing great. Thomas Sowell has been a similar voice for decades. All your viewers ought to get hip to his wisdom. He's Black and was a professor at Stanford University. Hold that thought, Whiskey Monk. Let me hold up something for you. For those that don't know, I am an avid follower of Dr. Thomas Sowell. Yes, I am. Okay. Yes. I have 2 of his books. I don't know if you can see them here. 2 of them. All right. Yes, I love Dr. Thomas Sowell. Yes, I wish his books should be required reading. Patriot Roy, how you doing, love? All right. He's definitely not a man of distinction. He's definitely how you want the people you say you hate every day to protect you, right, Detroit? I'd vote for a ticket of Thomas Sowell and Victor Davis. Yes. All right, here we go.
Just because.
Alex.
All right, let me get rid of the commercial. Tell me what you think, folks. All right, here we go.
Yes. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I am not surprised about the bomb threats today, based on what Donald Trump and his administration and MAGA talks about on a daily basis. You guys are correct. They other people, and they create this right-wing media ecosystem where they're only pumped full of this racist nonsense, and they end up believing it at the end of the day. I don't think if I was a Black American, I would not trust the Department of Justice.
Low T mail incoming. Denise V, where have you been, love? How are you? Everyone say hello to Denise. Denise, some people, who was it that came yesterday? Carol McCorn. We had not seen her in a while. She said she had a stroke and now she's in rehab. So when you don't show up, we don't know what has happened to you, but we're glad you're back. How you doing, America 12U? These morons are talking about exactly what they're guilty of. Boom. Annie, how you doing? Educate yourself and look into the facts. Plus, make sure AI is not the end all. How you doing, Annie? Thank you. I'm glad you're here. I hope you all are enjoying this content. We are continuing to expose the lies of the left. You had hip surgery. Denise, I hope it's all working out for you. We're glad you're back. Oh my God, I'll send you some hearts here in the comment section. You've been gone a while. There you go. My girl said, what, give her token race car. All right, here we go.
They gutted the Office of Civil Rights. Janine Pirro, who is now the acting district attorney or whatever of DC, is saying she's not going to prosecute people who are open carrying. Well, that's a signal to white America. That is not a signal to Black America. Let's be very clear. And it is dangerous rhetoric like this that is putting us in the situation that we are in. The shooting of Charlie Kirk is a horrible, horrible act, but they have been fomenting violence on the right forever. And all you have to do is Google which side is the perpetrator of most political violence in this country. It is not trans people, which they have tried to do. It is not Black Americans. It is.
This guy is living in an alternative universe. Yes, Tina, my girl. Yeah, my girls. Yes, their party's breaking up. They're losing it. And Trump is deporting their new voting base. They are losing it, literally. And the way they're acting with the murder of Charlie Kirk, they're Black and white people are saying, I am disgusted Even people that Democrats that didn't even like Charlie Kirk. I was watching videos on them, and they're like, "I'm never voting for Democrats again. They're demonic." Summer Shield is so easy to tell who will say anything for money. They got sparkling lights on. Boom, Summer Shield. All this crap they're saying, the checks have already been cut. You know it. Thank you, my girls. We're looking at a cupcake. This channel rips the hide right off those grifting hypocrites. You know it, Barnes. We call out this nonsense. How you doing, Janice P? Amen. Yes. So listen to this guy. This guy, he's brainwashed. He is indoctrinated. Listen to him.
It is the right wing, because they drive people with fear, and fear delivers for them electorally. And to be perfectly honest, more people who look like me need to be saying this to their communities so that we break the stranglehold that they have on white America, especially older white America, and say, no, this is not correct. This has to stop. And we need to address the real problems rather than othering people like we have done for, honestly, 200 years or how long, 250 years or something like that. It is time to change that, and more people have to stand up and shout it.
So here's the thing that is confusing to me, and I'm seeing all of these different networks in their coverage. Time Magazine. Let me see, I saw it. I sent some people yesterday. Time Magazine put a cover, "Enough: The Killing of Charlie Kirk and the Epidemic of American Political Violence," and it goes on and on and on. Here's the problem that I have here, Tim. No one knows what the hell they're talking about. Now.
Oh, I can't with this guy. Oh my God. MAGA, he is hard to watch. He is. But I want you, I had to stomach it because you need to know, because many of us, as we discuss the left, many of us are always talking about how can they, be led so blindly. You need to know what they're being told. Hey, those of you just joining, all the people on this panel that Rolynn Martin is talking to, they teach at Black and white universities. And you need to hear what they're saying, because when things happen, we're trying to figure out, well, why? Listen to the crap that they're being taught. Well, indoctrinated with. That's why. Roly-poly doesn't know what the heck he's talking about. Never. My problem is Republicans are too nice to play by the rules. These idiots created for the game. Good point. Share. Rolynn embraces Charleston White. Enough said. Facts. Oh my God. Here we go.
Assumptions obviously are being made. Assumptions are being made because he kicked off whatever this tour at Utah, this university in Utah. Okay. But to me, it is journalistic malpractice. And you're seeing journalistic malpractice to start assigning reasons behind what happened yesterday when you don't know what the reasons are. Folks, you have no suspect or suspects. FBI puts a photo out. You've got no manifest. You've got nothing. An early report.
And those of you just joining, remember they spread the lie that the person, and now we know it was someone in the gay community. But remember, they spread the lie. It was MAGA. MAGA. Just like how many other lies have they spread? Something that happened a few months ago. They said it was a white man. It turned out it wasn't. So they don't try to find the truth. They just start spewing lies and wonder why no one listens to them, and they wonder why they're failing. Well, that would be a reason why. All right. Here we go. You see, Fat Boy is choosing his words very carefully. He doesn't want to lose his dinner check. No, my girls, he's not. He doesn't want to lose that check. Oh, no.
The Wall Street Journal about these anti-fascist transgender markings on the inside of the rifle. 20 minutes later, the ATF was like, hey, time out. We haven't checked any of this out. So remember,
They didn't want to believe that it was someone in that community because you know how they worship that community. And now we know, those of you who haven't been here for a while, I live streamed for 3 or 4 hours. What JLR investigates. And we were on here talking about it. So all of that has been proven to be true.
Sudden, and so you're seeing this whole deal. And what I have been saying to people is, shut up. Shut up. You literally don't know what you're talking about.
And again, it has since been proven that was the case. They don't want you to say anything about Black people. They don't want you to say anything about the LGBTQ. None of that. No, never. Nemo, they're stupid and believe Roland Martin is a voice of reason. Yeah, and he's lost his job at TV1. He lost his job at CNN. He is not a person who has scruples. Here we go.
And I just think that when people jump to conclusions, we've seen this before in other stories, when something happens and then it's like, oh, we found out later what the truth was.
We know what the truth is. Thank you, Summer Shield. And it was the truth. Boom. They can't stand the truth. The devil knows nothing about truth because all he does is tell lies.
You don't know. There's nothing wrong with just shutting up and letting law enforcement do what they do. I believe that what you have seen in the last 24 hours with the ramping up of all of this are folk wanting to jump to conclusions. It does not serve anybody to jump to a conclusion. And even Donald Trump did the exact same thing. And this is the problem.
And now they have to eat crow. Ha, ha, ha. They were like, no, none of this was true. It was not someone in the gay community. Yes, it was. Stop it. I love it. Annie, if you Google the definition of the word fascist, just see what Webster's and AI says. Scary. Right, Annie? Thank you, Annie.
When you heighten these things, how about actually waiting for real information? Is it that hard?
For a normal, sane person, no, it is not hard. But the reality is that the Republican Party takes their marching orders from Donald Trump. And he sat in the Oval Office yesterday, I believe, behind the Resolute desk and blamed Democrats for this shooting. And like you said, Rolynn, we don't know who this person is.
Sure you don't. You know who he is. How you doing, Time Cat? This guy is such a grifter. Time Cat, you're new here. Boom. And you know what he's all about. He's a race hustler. That's how he gets his checks. We know that. You're new here and you know what he's about. I love it. I hope you're enjoying this content, Time Cat. I'm going to send you some kitty cats in the comment section. Meow. There you go. Everyone, welcome Time Cat. Yes, America. He's a race hustler. Those of you just joining the chat, let me go back, give you a brief synopsis. How you doing? Zepp fan, #1 Zepp fan. Okay. Oh. You don't have to go. Oh. Don't get me started. I played Fool in the Rain in my classroom. What's the other one? Oh my God. I love Zeppelin. Yes. I'm going to do a music reaction to Zeppelin. I love some Zeppelin. Where are we? Dirty Democrats and the Mentally Disturbed. Boom. Yeah. Zepp fan. Yes. I love Zeppelin and Robert Plant when he went on his own. Big Log. Lead me on. Lead me down. Okay, now I'm getting off on target again. I have ADD, but I love my classic rock. And when I see someone coming here and their name is one of my favorite rock groups, I lose it. I have reduced Cupcake Boy to a good old fashioned. My girls, you're going to the corner. Time Cat, thank you, love, from Alberta, Canada. Wow, Time Cat. Welcome, love. Yes, we love it. Oh my goodness. I hope you're enjoying it. We are exposing the hypocrisy of the left before you came in, you Tomcat and Zep Fan, they Roly Poly Martin was talking about Black America is under attack, we're under siege, all of this racism, they're after us. This lady on here, she said that we are white America's oldest enemy. They are the enemy. This is what they preach. All of these people on this panel teach at universities and colleges. This is why everyone wants to know what's going on. This is why these people go away to these colleges and these universities and they get twisted up. This is why. That's why I'm sure. I know it's hard to watch Rolynn, but you need to hear, because a lot of Americans don't understand. Even parents that raise their children in conservative homes. Barnes, when Trump started defunding Harvard, I was like, yes, all they're doing is indoctrinating and brainwashing people. Tomcat, it's scary that they're all educators. Tomcat, I'm an educator, and it's happening all across the public school system. Several teachers have been fired. I'm going to share some of that with you today. Yes, Nemo. Oh my God.
Same thing happened last year with the assassination attempt of Donald Trump. Right-wing media immediately jumped on the fact, and they said this was clearly a Democrat. This was left-wing violence. And what did we find out later? This guy was a mentally disturbed Republican. And I think that there is a lesson here that I don't think the media is getting, and I don't think people online are getting, is that a lot of times, and when you are fermenting this type of rage on the right, you're radicalizing people with mental illness who may just lash out at you.
Sir, if I may interject, that's what you were doing. Even remember, they had to calm down. Remember, Pam Bondi had to say something to calm down old ghetto Jasmine Crockett, because she made a lot of incendiary remarks. Remember Comey of the FBI, 8647? Remember that, right? Yeah. You're the ones who are inciting violence. Stop it. What an idiot. Yeah, he's a low T male. We know that. His brain is so fried. And so this is, that's why I wanted to share this with you. You need to know these are the people that teach your children when they go away to college. That's why they get mixed up and twisted. Yes, Greg, he's an idiot. How can dumb, stupid, and idiot be in one person? My girls, that's him. Perfect.
We don't know, but I have not said any of that. I have not said it was a Republican or a Democrat. And I think more people need to take a breath. And there's such a need on the right to weaponize all of these things for political gain. And it's disgusting. And sadly, a lot of the media has been going along with it. We simply don't know who this guy is. And we don't know what his agenda is. He made some mistakes, so hopefully we will be able to find him. But until then, anybody who is claiming that this is a left or a right problem is full of it, and it really should be ashamed of it.
Oh, I can't. I'll take a break from him. He's too much. Tomcat, in Canada, the police released a PSA saying, if you're swinging right on issues like trans kids and immigration or Christianity, it may be a sign you are becoming extremist. This is from the National Police. Thank you for that, Tomcat. I was not aware of that. And so everything they're saying, they're projecting. That's what they're doing. They're the ones projecting.
And see what this does.
Zep Fan, they are one of the reasons for mentally unstable young adults. Zep Fan, that's why as hard as it is for us to watch Roly Poly Martin, I'm playing this for the simple fact, you need to see these are the people teaching your children when you send them off to colleges and universities. The first woman over here, to my left, Sojourner Truth, she's sitting up here talking about the racism in America and white people, we're the enemy to white people. We're their oldest enemy. These are the people teaching your kids. So when your white kids come home with white guilt, That's because of what they're hearing in their college classes. When your Black kids come home radicalized, it's because of what they're hearing in their college classes. Boom. Any questions? That was my PSA for the day. It was released on CBC News and Global News in a video of female officer giving a speech. Okay, thank you, Time Cat. I did not know that. And Zeppelin, you're right. Yeah, thank you for letting us know. That's why I love, we have people from all over the world to drop in, and that just enhances the channel. That lets us know what's going on elsewhere, and we appreciate that. Zeppelin fan, make sure you check out my music reaction video I did today. I did one on the Eagles. I hope you like the Eagles. Hotel California, the classic. Matter of fact, I'm going to drop that in the chat. So you can, since you're a classic rock fan, I have to drop it in the chat for you. There you go. All right. So that's what's going on, folks. Now you know. Putting those trans on puberty blockers made them go crazy. Boom. I really believe that their playbook is to have their killers to switch to Republican before they send them out. Cherry, they're doing all kinds of stuff. Denise, love the Eagles. Yes. Oh my God. Funniest racial skit, Clayton Bigsby. Oh, Joel, you talking about what's his face? Dave Chappelle. Oh yeah, Clayton Bigsby, the older Black man that's in the KKK. White power. Oh my God, that skit is hilarious. I love it. Connie, where are we? Jeremiah, I'm not from the world. Okay. Zeppelin, that's my mom's favorite. Okay, I dropped the link for you, Zepp. Share that with mom. The Eagles, honey. We play the classics on this channel. I'm getting back into my music reactions. I approve your message, sis. Thank you. If you're liking the content, oh, that's Florida. Okay. YouTube can't stand it. Let it be free speech. Boom. Here we go.
No, it fires people up. It gets them all hyped. You've got Jesse Waters on Fox News declaring there's going to be retribution, all this sort of stuff. You don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
And watch. Ever notice, no problem, a Zep fan, ever notice they never come back and say, oh, we made a mistake. Now, he made all these statements. And again, we know who's been arrested for it. He never, ever comes back and apologizes or says, I was wrong. Sherry Yelverton, Eagles and Little River Band. Have you heard about the lonesome loser? Yes, I love Little River Band. Here we go.
And so we often talk about police, how they should de-escalate. This is where a lot of these media people should shut the hell up as well. To me, it's utterly ridiculous. You know nothing. You literally know nothing about what happened, the reason behind it. Nothing. Not a little bit, not some. Nola, literally nothing.
Rolynn, you are still operating as a professional. We all know that professionalism, facts, and logic no longer exist on this timeline. You know, I want to say, two things. I want to say something from through my national security lens, what I see there, and then also from a comms and media perspective in this kind of new media ecosystem where it's rapid response and it's very hard to fact check and to get things correct because you're trying to beat the algorithm, right? You're trying to ride that wave. But from a national security perspective, first of all, to automatically go to, it's the left, it's liberals, blaming Black people. We are the perpetual enemy. It doesn't matter what we do.
There she goes again. We Black people. This is what she's teaching white and Black kids in her college class. Black people are the enemy to white people. White people hate you. You're their enemy. Oh my God. How you doing, Dr. Marilyn Sturdivant? Happy Sunday to you. You're going to be on the replay crew. We're glad you're here, love. Thank you for joining us. Chime in with us, Dr. Sturdivant. What do you think about this commentary? Rolynn and his panel of guests, His panel teachers, they are all university professors at Black and white institutions. And all they're crying is white supremacy and systemic racism. And Black people are the oldest enemies to white people, and white people are our enemies. That's what they're talking about here. Right, Tomcat, perpetual enemy. Right. She should take Rolynn's advice. She knows precisely crap about national security. Exactly. Cher, this lady reminds me of the Black prisoner in Living Color. That was a good show too, Cher. Oh my God. Here we go. I'm going to play a little bit more of this and then we're going to move on because
what we don't do. I want people to first understand the demographics in Utah, because this happened in Utah where there's under 2% of Black people that live in Utah, first and foremost, right? So if there's a Black person perched somewhere with some sort of rifle or some sort of weapon, they will probably stand out. First, let's start there. Secondly, to your point, we don't know anything. So why 2.5 seconds after Charlie Kirk was shot, before he was announced dead, that corporate media, right-wing media, was blaming the left, blaming the liberals? This is dangerous and it's also strategic. To what end, some people may say, it's exactly this, right? It's the fear on HBCU campuses. It's all the rage baiting that's happened and all the videos and the clips that you're seeing. It's the rapid response. It's the kind of spike in the algorithm. I personally believe that too many people have already bought into this kind of this belief that this is the right way the country should be heading in terms of this is how white people get this country back. It doesn't matter if it's true. It doesn't matter if it's facts. It's about scaring people. It is about terrorizing people. As we sit here today on the 24th anniversary of 9/11, it is about terrorizing people. And that is what is happening. People are traumatized and terrorized. And that is the end goal. That is what's in the toolkit of fascism and totalitarianism, period.
Okay, so again, we see how you doing, Agent Orange. We know their playbook. Whiskey Monk, yes, we are free thinkers here on this channel. We are not easily hoodwinked. I keep thinking they're talking about themselves. They're projecting, Jeremiah. They're just projecting. Dr. Marilyn said she'll comment once she sees, I guess, everything that she missed. Barnes, Charlie Kirk Memorial Service currently taking place at Kennedy Center, Washington, D.C. You can see the feed. Okay, thank you, Barnes. Yeah, I was going to check that out. I looked at some of that earlier. All right. We're going to look at a little more of this, and then I need to show you, make sure, hold on, don't go anywhere just yet. I need to show you this Eric Travis guy on Twitter and the horrible things he's saying. He's a teacher. I think, yeah. And the horrible things he's calling for the death of millions. And this guy still has his job as far as I know, but he's in California. Sky Queen, how you doing, love? Thank you for joining us. Thank you. So let me play a little more of this video, and then I'm going to take you to Twitter. And I want to show you, don't go anywhere. I have this cute little kid. I want you to see him. He looks like he's in middle school. And he's telling people that what they're doing is wrong, laughing, dancing, celebrating. Because he said Charlie Kirk was like, he looked up to Charlie Kirk. So he was like, I don't want to say mentor, but he really loved Charlie Kirk. He looked to him, and he's chastising the adults who are celebrating his death. Make it make sense. So let me play a little bit more of Rolly. So don't go anywhere. I promise I'll get you here in a little bit. Oh my God. I'm just, again, disheartened. Yes, Time Cat. Americans need to get it. They need to get it together.
I just, again, what I say to people is be quiet. When you know nothing, don't just make up stuff, Greg. But that we know there's a cable news system now with social.
That's enough from him. I don't want anyone throwing up their lunch or dinner. So if you are, yes, RP. You know, when I share videos, I share them. They're in the description box under my video. So, which I'm sure you don't want to see any more of that. Okay, hold on. Don't go anywhere, folks. Let me pull up this Twitter. Let me show you what a teacher in California said. And there are a lot of teachers. And those who are new here, I'm an educator, have been for 27 years. I'm embarrassed. I'm perplexed at the ill-fated remarks that many of my, I don't want to say fellow, I don't want to accept them. I'm embarrassed. Fellow educators, they're stupid. So, can everyone see this? This is why he's still talking, because he knows about nothing. Right. And you know it. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Share Yelverton. We're rolling. Take your own advice and shut. Share. I love it. Share. Yes. Thank you. Oh, look at, can everyone see this? Eric Travis, a teacher at Fairfax High School in Los Angeles, California, has openly called for more violence. Look at what he said. Can everyone see that? Denise, boom. Why does he still have his job? He says far right holes have a target on their backs and deserve to die. One down, millions to go. Where is the FBI? Why is this guy not being investigated? Mayor, what's going on here? He's in California, and 11 million people have seen this. I reposted it myself. Okay, so I'm scrolling down with some people who have responded. Declare Antifa a terrorist organization. I agree. If you believe people deserve to be shot for their opinions, don't cry when you get fired for yours. Boom. Yeah, because you're an idiot. Look at this one, folks. The deadliest virus in America is the media. Yes, agent. He said millions more to go. Where's the FBI? And then here you see all because of words. This is from Mirthful Moments. Okay. Okay. People who were assassinated and unalive. We know that. Look at this. U.S. Department of Education. Can everyone see this? That's why I'm glad Trump said he was disbanding it. Go ahead and disband it, Trump. I'm happy. How can people hate that much? I was an addict for 23 years and never saw that hate, even in junkie circles. Time Cat, I don't know. It's crazy. Oh my God. This was someone who was doing a tribute. This, of course, is the young lady, unfortunately, that was unalived on the line in Charlotte. How you doing, Laurie? Okay. Look at this. I love this one too. In North Korea, people are forced to listen to propaganda. In the USA, people do it willingly. Look at everyone. See that? Is that not a truth? But how you doing, Tamara? Yes, it's called a reprobate mind. That's what they have. It's scary. Those of you who did not see the Rolynn Martin's video, make sure you go back and check that, because these are the people. Okay, here you go, my girls. These are the people teaching your children when you send them off to college. Our society will not continue if it's run by the worst people. I was able to thank a man last night who's involved in getting such people fired. I have to believe his death was not in vain, and this is truly a turning point. Pun intended. Yes. Everyone see this? Leftist virtual signaling. Hate has no home here. Now that's what they say, but we know what they do. Laurie, did you get the cat's eye that sent you? Okay. Unless it's hate for Trump, his supporters, white men, Christians, conservatives, Jews, legal immigrants, free speech, and Charlie Kirk. Where is the lie? Another truth bomb. Anyone remember this Reagan quote? Anyone, if you remember that, type a 1 in the comment section. If fascism ever comes to America, it will come in the name of liberalism. Okay, Barnes is old enough to remember that. Sky, Mayor, Patriot, James, Jeffrey, perfect. Oh my God, Bike Rider, how you doing, love? All of you remember this from Reagan? Zep fan, all right, yeah. You got the kiddies? Okay. Time Cat, Denise, Jeffrey, Nemo. There you go. The voice of one man may have been silenced, but there's an entire generation seeking the truth. He kicked open the door. And Jose, okay, that people are angry. Oh, okay, Darla, perfect. For a party that hates guns so much, they sure do use them a lot. Bike Rider, you enlisted because of Reagan. Okay. Welcome to the channel, Bike Rider. I think you're new here. Welcome, Bike Rider. We're glad you're here. I hope you are enjoying the content as we continue to expose the hypocrisy of the left. Thank you for your service, sir. Thank you for keeping us safe. For those who like to refer to Charlie Kirk as a fascist, just so you know, assassinating people who think differently than you is peak fascism. No lies were detected in that statement. And now they have to ask for extra security. Yeah, they're crazy. Shame on them. Okay, so we see what this is. And then, of course, the mainstream media, it's not your fault. He made you angry, of course. Oh, yeah, Time Cat. Yes, yes, love. Yes. Much love to you. Yeah, so they need to get this guy fired, but he is in California, so he may keep his job. We know how California operates. Oh, really? Shaziz, okay. This is the guy, just so you know who he is. Any of you who want to report him, Eric Travis, he is an educator in California. He needs to be reported. He said 1 down, millions to go. All right, and you can see that little picture. And this is so truthful. Why won't conservatives give up their guns? Because the left shoots people they don't agree with. Boom. Where's the lie, people? Where's the lie? Right, Damon? Devil, you overplayed your hand. You can't have our children. You can't have our nation. You can't have our future. We are taking it back. It's time to lock in. And this picture, haunting picture. Oh my God. Oh man. I told you, with everything that's happened the last couple of weeks, I'm trying to hold it together, but it has been sad. I'm trying to hold it together. I'm only human. Woo, it's just been a lot. I watched this morning, First Blood. Wait until the people who just want to be left alone get involved. Yep. Ronald Reagan, people don't realize all that he did. One day they will limit your freedoms, rewrite your history, and compromise your safety, all to appease those who see themselves as victims, but fail to understand the consequences of their ignorance. Sound like the left? We have a lot of new people here on the Rolynn's Reviews channel. The Rolynn's Reviews community has canceled the Victim Olympics. We don't want to hear about systemic racism. We don't want to hear about white supremacy. It is all a facade. We canceled the Olympics. The victimhood Olympics is over. Okay? That's how the left operates. How you doing, Jason? That is how they get people to vote for them. They fearmonger. They tell people lies. Yes, Denise, to keep a voting block. But thank God they're waking up. I need you to help me share the word. Zeppelin fan, victim, yeah, Zepp fan. We canceled it. We're sick of it. They won't hold people accountable or responsible. It's the white man's fault. It's slavery's, everyone's fault except personal responsibility. We don't do that on this channel. Pity party, your reservation has been canceled. Darla, yes, it's over. We're done. Sick of it. Thank you, Tamara. Tomorrow I speak inspirationally every day to my high school students. I do. Some of the things I share here with you, now obviously I can't share everything, but I speak in generalities, if that makes sense. Okay. And I tell them, and I have students, I have Black, Hispanic, white, Asian, multiracial. Hey, I tell them, if you can't make it in America, it's your fault. It doesn't matter what your race is. It doesn't matter what your gender is. Leftists, there's no place for violence and political rhetoric. Remember this cuckoo? Remember her? And her actions? They, with all their actions and all the things that they say, they release all of this negative energy into the universe. And then when something horrible happens, they point fingers. Prosperity, I had some words for the demo at City Hall and shut the crap down. Boom. Only 2 genders. Get over it, whoever else is involved, because you ain't. Zepp fan, Wolf, yes. Kathy, remember her? Oh my God. Yeah, wokeness, DEI. We don't believe in DEI here. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Trump got rid of it. Get rid of it. When they ask me what radicalized you, I'm showing them this. And remember, Daniel Penny, they made him out to be a racist because that man, some actions you're not able to come back from. I support this man. I did a video on this man, an Marine. That man jumped on there threatening everyone. He took him down. There were Black women saying, "Thank you, sir." Everyone else was afraid. He manned up and took care of it. And they were trying to crucify him. Barnes, no, it hasn't. And all these people, those of you who have family members, those of you who have friends, and if any of them are out here celebrating this man losing his life, good things are not coming for you. That is not right. Oh, I'm just disheartened to look at Americans and their behavior. And it just, it makes me upset. And this is what they're doing. They tried it with Trump until the providential hand of God stopped it. That's what they do. Yes, we've had enough. And this is what is going on here. Every single one is a ticking time bomb and needs to be removed from the general public. Yes, you're taking hormones and all these other things. You're listening, you're being radicalized, you're being indoctrinated, brainwashed. This is the guy again for anyone that wants to know. Because I have some new people joining the chat. How you doing, Shazee? Everyone, look at this. His name is Eric Travis. This is his. You see this right here? This is what he said. Far right holes have a target on their backs and deserve to die. One down, millions to go. Now tell me he shouldn't be investigated. Yes, Jason. Truth bomb. Let me check Florida. Florida, we are 10 away from 15,000. We're still 10 away from 15,000. 10. We are 10 away from 15,000. That's it. They play you like you're stupid. So this guy, someone please report this guy. If enough people report him, they'll have to get rid of him. Yes, Kilmore Garcia is finally gone. Isn't he going to Africa? Boom. Bike rider, you get a truth bomb. Yes, they make it real easy. Yes. They're losing their job. Yeah, let me show you this. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Let me show you this kid. And obviously he comes from good parents. They're raising him the right way. And he's more intelligent than these stupid adults who are getting fired from their jobs. Idiots. And I told you, I'm embarrassed because many of them are teachers. Now, I actually checked my work email. Our superintendent sent out an email. He didn't tell us not to go on social media and say something crazy, but if you read between the lines, that's what he's saying. If you want me to read it, type it 1 in the comment section while I pull this picture up. If you are enjoying this content, hey, share it with some family or friends. We're 10 away from 15,000, folks. We're almost there. Look at this kid. This kid has a bright future. And I want to come on here. It's so sad. A child is being more, okay, I'll open it up and share it with you. A child is on here and he's more intelligent. He looks to me to be middle school age. Listen to what he says about the people laughing and celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. Now, if this isn't an inspiration and if this doesn't give you hope, I don't know what else to say. Whiskey Monk, we got this. Foot on the pedal. Yes. Boom. Here we go.
Talk about the death of someone I looked up to, Charlie Kirk. And I wanted to say that it is disrespectful how people are making Fortnite memes and talking bad about him like he was a horrible person. All he did was have boldness in his faith with Jesus Christ. Like, you guys are so mean to people just because they have beliefs. We, as Christians, we respect you for your beliefs, but we tell you what's wrong and what's right, righteously. But you do not need to be making fun of him because a tragedy has happened. That's all I want to come on here to say is it's blatantly rude and disrespectful to be talking about someone's death like he's just a piece of trash. He has a family, has kids, he has a wife. You guys want someone to respect you if you got shot, right? If you passed away, you would not want anyone to be talking bad about you. And I saw a video, I saw someone making fun of his wife too. Like, that's just horrible and rude. And today is a very special day to me because I hit 14,000 followers, but I don't even want to celebrate that because I just feel guilty that someone I looked up to passed away and I'm still able to be on this earth. That's how grateful you have to be. So just stop making fun of him and just go. Like, just stop making fun of him. It's not even funny at all.
Again, a child. Now, some of you were here yes, he gives me hope. But look at those of you who were here when I showed you these idiotic adults dancing, laughing, celebrating. And like I said, if you have any family members, I pulled it up. I'll read it for you. Tell them, don't do that. what you release into this universe, whether you want to believe it or not, it comes back to you like a boomerang. And like I did Amanda Seals on all these other people, when that comes back to you, you're not going to be a happy camper. How you doing, Jason Shonoff? Black people stay out of this. This is not our fight. Jason, I think you're new here. I'm saying, whatever happened to respect for the dead? Whatever happened to that? What about respect for the dead and all the things they said? Oh, you're okay, Jason. You're welcome here. And we're talking about respecting people who died in such a manner, or anyone who dies. They did the same thing with Hulk Hogan. I did a video on that. Welcome, Jason. We're glad you're here. We're an older chat. We have intelligent conversations. We ask that you just be respectful, and yeah, we can have a good time. Okay. Common decency. So let me read. Then you want me to read this? I'll read this to you. And again, read between the lines. He's not telling us not to go on there and say something crazy. And my superintendent, he is in his 60s or 70s, but he's heard about all these idiotic teachers making these dumb remarks and being fired. And God knows, greetings, Jason. Hello, Jason. God knows we already have a shortage of teachers. And then you have all these teachers all over the United States going on, celebrating, toasting, singing, dancing, because someone lost their life in such a horrific manner. That's not right. There's right and there's wrong. I don't care which political party you agree with. There's right and there's wrong, and that's wrong. And we just looked at a child even say that's wrong. Right? You're right. Some of them were reanimator. Yes. Bike rider. Yes. America first, baby. Yes. Damon, it's called karma. Yes. Cinema Storms. How you doing? So I'm going to read this to you. As you are all undoubtedly aware, there have been numerous events in recent weeks, both nationally and internationally, that have caused significant debate and strong feelings in many communities, including ours. So I'm about roughly 2 hours from Charlotte. So we know that's involved here too. Yeah, the kids are right. Where am I? I want to reach out to each of you to extend my sympathy for and understanding of those strong feelings and opinions, and the need to engage in conversation with colleagues, neighbors, and friends to process these events. Where is it here? I also wanted to remind all of our family of the critical importance of positive school environment, which includes positive interactions with the communities we serve in both in-person and digital environments. At the heart of this is our mission to do what is best for children. Every decision we make and every interaction we have should reflect this commitment. As stated in Board Policy 7335. Okay, so again, I'm reading between the lines. So he's talking about what happened in Charlotte, and he's talking about what happened with Charlie Kirk. The board respects the right of employees to use social media as a medium of self-expression on their personal time. As role models for the school system students, however, employees are responsible for their public conduct, even when they are not performing their job duties as employees of the school system. The policy further describes expectations for online conduct and social media use for employees. So he's telling you, not without telling you, don't get on there and say something stupid. Okay. He has one more paragraph here. When you choose to engage in discussions on social media, please keep these two principles in mind. First, you have rights as a citizen to discuss matters of public concern in your personal capacity. Our school system strongly affirms those rights and encourages civic engagement by our employees. Second, certain approaches to such discussions, including intemperate language and personal attacks, can cause disruptions to the educational mission of our school system and can negatively impact employees' ability to perform their jobs for the benefit of our students. Tell me what you think about this, folks. I invite all of you to reflect on recent events and on how we can all choose to engage in important civic discussions in respectful, thoughtful ways that bring our community together and ultimately benefit our students. If I and the school systems administration can be supportive of you in any way during these difficult times, please do not hesitate to reach out. And then he signed it with his name. So, what is he talking about? He's talking about what happened in Charlotte. He's talking about what happened in Utah. So I haven't heard of any of my coworkers saying anything stupid to this point. I'm hoping it continues to be like this. We're already short on teachers. And I'm, like I said, I'm just disgusted that what I've seen from teachers across the state, from teachers across the country, I'm disheartened that we, people who are in charge of teaching the next generation, are out there celebrating the death, a horrific death. You have no soul. You have no soul. And again, when that boomerang comes back to you, I don't want to hear it. Folks, whether you believe it or not, everything we do, it comes back to us. None of us escapes anything, okay? None of us. And there's going to be a time in your life when you do that to people, you're going to remember the horrible things that you said. You're going to remember it. And let me show you this idiot. I watched this before I came on. This idiot was just fired. Hold on. I mean, what? It's not that difficult to lose your job because you're crashing out, because you're stupid. Don't you have bills to pay? Keep your mouth shut like people used to. All right, watch this, folks. I don't get it. I don't.
We came in for an order earlier to print a poster for a vigil tonight.
Yes,
for somebody that passed. It's not.
It's propaganda. I'm sorry. We don't put that here.
All right. So, what's your name?
Kirk, I'm print supervisor.
I'm one of the managers.
Yes.
So, unfortunately,
right. So they say they don't print political
print
propaganda.
No.
So this is somebody that passed away a couple years ago.
That's political propaganda, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
So this is for a prayer tonight, for a prayer vigil?
Mm-hmm. It's still propaganda, unfortunately.
What makes it propaganda?
Because he's a political figure, and I don't have to. Yeah.
Our general manager is going to be in on Monday. If you
No,
want
it's
to speak
totally
further on the subject,
you would like to.
you're welcome to.
So, again, you're an idiot. That's your job. That would be like me going in my classroom tomorrow, Barnes Homestead. That would be like me going into my classroom tomorrow. My principal coming in my classroom and telling me, go over there and teach your students. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. That's my job. What the heck is wrong with these sick people? That is your job, ma'am, sirs. You're fired. Yes. James, parents, especially parents of some communities, didn't pay attention to the education provided to their children. And now, James, Yes, because let me tell you why. Many of them looked at the school system as a babysitting service. They weren't parents weren't paying attention to what their children were being taught. And so now this monster has been created. James, you're absolutely right. And now, if I told you about some of the books that are in the library, how you doing, Beverly? The Democrats calling someone propaganda is like the pot calling the kettle black. Boom. But that's why we're in the place where we are now. And look, I can show you. If you want to see another video, these idiots getting fired. I need my job. If I couldn't stand Charlie Kirk, I wouldn't be dumb enough to get online and tell it the world like an idiot. Oh, I'm you need to be proud. You're the kind of, yes, Tina, I tell my students, all of them, there are no excuses. Okay? None. If you don't make it, that's your fault. Yours and yours alone. And that's what I tell them. I don't play games with these. The world will not play games with them. So I'm not either. Yeah, but let me share this and then we'll go. This is so disheartening. And like I said, there are black and white people. And it's sad that your life is so bad that you are online. And like I said, now the idiots are talking about they want his wife and kids dead. You can't have a soul. And I told you, that's why I've been, with everything that's happened, I've just been a little down. It's too much. I'll share this with you and then we'll go. If you are enjoying this content, hey, share it out. I love it. So listen to this girl and what she has to say. And it's so sad. She's not terribly old, but obviously she's indoctrinated and brainwashed. And again, I've watched several videos. Monique, send me a text message. I told you to call me for your birthday or text me. I didn't hear from you. I guess you were partying too hard. Listen to this girl. It's sad.
I keep on seeing posts about this Charlie dude, whatever, Kirk dude, whatever, regardless. And let me just say this. I'm surprised that y'all didn't get rid of him sooner. And I'm surprised that you guys aren't getting rid of more people.
And again, someone needs to call the FBI on this young lady. What is wrong with people? Social media needs to go.
Good job, lefties. Or demons, I'm not quite sure at this point. You're doing a real good job showing everybody exactly what or who the hell you are at this point. And please don't let us get in the way. I'm loving watching all of you idiots break down crying that you got fired from your job. Oh my God, that you guys were against cancel culture. Surprise, mother. Now we're gonna get you fired. You guys are calling on the death of Charlie Kirk's wife and children at this point. Yeah. You were fine with a dude being murdered for his opinion. You're just getting fired for wishing death and trying to get more people killed. Yeah, death threats and incitement to violence. Those
Aga Maha makes an excellent point. All these people making all these comments about Charlie, they haven't taken the time to go do any research, watch any of his videos. They're going off of 1 minute sound bites where he's debating someone and what they've been told. Her opinion is based off of 1 minute of fake Charlie cuts. Boom. Thank you, Maga Maha.
Those were never fine, idiots. If you want to call that cancel culture, eat our balls while we cancel culture the hell out of you. Anyway, here's a dude over here. Not necessarily wishing death on anybody from Charlie Kirk's family, but just showing everybody. This is a comedian, by the way. The comedic talent of Kevin Bartini over here. This is just a piece of shit. Great news for all the incels out there. Erica Kirk is single and she fucks Nazis. Go get her. Yeah, those are the people telling you to tone it down. Don't tell us to.
You see what you see how they operate, folks. Jeremiah Norris, thank you so much for your super chat. Parents don't pay much attention to many things their kids are doing or similar. ESRB, yeah. It doesn't matter. The parents are ignorant. They don't have a clue. Cinema Storms, we need to help our youth and get teachers who care about the kids, making them understand the difference between right, wrong, and believing in God. Good point. Yes. Jason, he said you can always convince one half of the working class to get rid of the other half. Facts. Okay.
Tone it down. Because believe you me, we will tone it the hell up. But yeah, no, she fucks Nazis, boys. Yep. That's a mom. That's a widow right there. And that's supposed to be a joke. That's supposed to be funny.
Yeah, you see the things that they're saying about her, and I know it's kind of vile, but I wanted you to see what was out here. Okay, Tina, Ronald Reagan was your favorite. This is what they're saying about his wife. That's not okay. Oh.
It's got 26,000 views and 3 updates, by the way. Even the left is like, yeah, I don't see the punchline in this. Yeah, the punchline isn't what he thinks it is over here, Kevin. But there you go. There's the comedy stylings of the left. That's from I Mean, Therefore I Am.
People have no heart. They have no soul. This is what they're doing. Jason, yes. Florida, yes. I'm like, what the heck?
But let's get into let's kill. Let's do some more killing. Yeah, the left.
Now you see this. Can you everyone? I think everyone can read that. Oh yeah, Monique. Monique, send me a text when we're done. Jason, they threatened the widow and the kids. They're nuts. Right, James? They have a seared conscience like a hot iron. Yes. Okay, Jeremiah. Look at this. I'm letting you read that. I'm not reading that. And you see her hashtags. That is awful. Can everyone see that? Is that not awful? So whoever this young lady is, when that karma comes back to her, I don't want to be near her. That is horrible to say. Oh.
Isn't satiated, man. Yeah, they never will be. Right? Here's Raven over on Blue Sky. You got
Blue Sky, for people that don't know, that's where all the libs and dims, that's their that would be the equivalent, I guess, to Truth Social.
You got to love a platform that only exists because X is too toxic. X is too toxic. Can Erica Kirk be next? I mean, damn.
Denise, I'm sure there probably is someone that you can reach out to. Not yet, Maga Maha, but we're working on it. This is what they're saying. And if you're just joining us, you make sure you catch the replay. It's awful.
The hell's that not a death threat, huh? Where's AOC at?
Yeah. Can she be next? Then the 2 children can be placed with foster parents who will have them properly educated and growing up hating their parents. People are sick. They are sick. Oh, how can you form your fingers to type such vile statements? Yes, my girls.
Where's Elon Omar? Where are all of these stupid bins from the left-hand side telling everybody, oh my God, listen to these death threats I got on my, I don't know, phone messaging thing in Congress? Hey, you don't care about. There you go. You guys keep calling Erica Kirk and other people that you disagree with in politics Nazis and fascists. Yeah, you're not calling them Nazis and fascists because they are Nazis and fascists. You're calling them Nazis and fascists so you'll feel morally superior when they're killed. That's what's happening.
Then when something happens, throw rocks and hide your hands. Oh, I didn't do anything. properly educated, like when Bernie Sanders' campaign manager said, all of us need re-education camps. Right, Jason? We know what that's about. Yeah, Monique, it sure does. Yeah.
Happening here. Can Erica Kirk be next? Hello, FBI.
Any of you who are on social media and you see people making these vile statements, report.
Then the two children can be placed with foster parents who will have them properly educated. They want to re-educate your kids. Hear that, Christians? They want to re-educate. The good guys want to re-educate your kids. Yeah. We'll have them properly educated. Hearing a minute, a dude who has tens of thousands of hours of media out there. The guy did podcasts, he did lectures, he did debates. A media star. She heard a minute, guys, and from that minute, he deserved it. Not only did he deserve it, but his wife deserves it, and his kids deserve it. Hello.
1 minute edit of like the things he said, and they're like so atrocious that like his wife deserves to go too. Y'all keep on talking about his wife and kids. They need to go too, because they're carrying on that mentality and that lineage. Like, get rid of the whole family. I'm so sorry. Why did you guys stop with him?
Why'd you stop with him?
Why did you stop with him? Go get his grandma.
Go get his grandma.
Who raised you?
She is morally bankrupt, and we need to keep up and see what happens to her. Because when you release that into the environment, I'm old enough to have seen it come back and bite them in the butt. Yes, Reanimator. God.
Like, your mom ought to be ashamed for breathing scum like you.
Your dad should be ashamed if you could find him. Here somewhere, probably. I don't know. Yeah, no, the things Charlie Kirk said were atrocious. So his entire family, his kids should be killed. The things Charlie said were so atrocious, he should be killed, and his kids and his wife should be killed, is what that woman is saying. Completely out of touch with reality. Zero self-awareness.
She's only spouting what she's been told. I doubt very seriously if she has ever watched any of his videos.
A lot of these people, this is days after, they're still saying the world's dumbest shit. These people want you dead. They want you disarmed, by the way, right? Mm-hmm. They want Charlie Kirk's entire family now murdered, and they want you disarmed. I would go buy a whole.
And that's pretty much all. Thank you so much, Jeremiah, for the super chat. I just shared some hearts for you in the comment section. Yeah, so these are some of the things that people are saying, and I'm just like, my mind is just boggled. What the heck? We are at a horrible place in American society if this is how people are talking. Social media needs to go. It does. People were never this horrible. Never. Okay, Joel. To Prosperity, thanks for dropping in, love. All right, we had about 82 likes. All right, we did well today. We're done, folks, and I will share. If you like music reactions, I'm going to try to get back into doing music reactions, and they are a lot shorter than these live videos that I do. It's only 8 minutes. I did the Eagles, Hotel California. So check it out. Social media wasn't as bad before. Yeah, James, but now it is horrible. It's awful. I enjoyed you all. I probably will upload a video tomorrow, Monday or Tuesday. I'll go live. I'll upload a music reaction. I'll do something. Don't worry. Okay. Yeah, blessings to all of you. I've enjoyed this. We have to be there for each other as we try to work through all of the horrible things that are happening here in this country and that have been happening in the last 2 to 3 weeks. So just, thank you, Patriot Roy. James, you're not lying. Yeah, after COVID, it's like people just really lost their mind. After the pandemic is what I call it, the pandemic. People just they lost it. I'm old enough to remember the deletion of Malcolm X. Oh wow. Dr. King, both Kennedy brothers, Viola Louisio, Medgar Evers, and so many others during the civil rights era. These same types of demos, creatures rejoice. Okay. Wow. Lanita, you have some history. Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you, Florida. Yeah, before we go, folks, those of you who are on your cell phones, if you look at the words across your screen, you should see, I think, share, save, report. You should see the word thanks. If you scroll over the word beside thanks, you should see a word hype, HYPE. If you'll hit that hype button, that would be great. That helps. YouTube will share the video with more people. That I really would appreciate that. Thank you, Florida, for bringing that up to me. I didn't. I'm so busy. I don't know until Florida contacts me sometimes to say, "Hey, what about this?" And I'm like, "What? Let me check into it." So yeah, I think you can only do it on a smartphone or a tablet. And the word hype, HYPE. And you hit the hype button, and then you get it. You see it on your phone. You have to scroll over horizontally, and you'll see it. You don't see it on your Android phone. It should be. You see where you see the word share, save, report. If you take your screen and scroll over, you should see where it says the word. Jermaine, how you doing, love? You should see where they have the word. Thank you so much, Tina. Thank you. Also, if you'll leave comments, I may not get them tonight, but I will get them tomorrow. I like to read my comments. I like to respond. Yes, Jason, it is. If you really want to see a mess, check out my YouTube. Okay, James, Brooklyn is horrible. Next time we're live, I'll pull it up and show everyone how to find the hype button. You have to be on a smartphone or a tablet. Joel, it isn't over till the fat lady sings. Okay. And I haven't been singing this week, Joel. It's just been, oh my God. Oh, it's just been so bad. I guess me trying to process everything mentally. I normally, am jovial, but with everything, it was just, yeah. But I'm going to get back to my old way. Check out my, there you go. Stacey Abrams. Jason said, is Stacey Abrams going to sing? God, I hope not. James, drop your channel link, love. Oh, Jeremiah said you have to leave the chat to see the hype button. I'm sorry. Thank you, Jeremiah. I didn't know that. When you leave the chat, scroll over. You should see the word hype, HYPE, then hit the hype button. Okay. Thank you. I didn't know that. Okay. I'm still learning some of this stuff too. YouTube's always coming out with something new. Tina, yes. So check out my music reaction to the Eagles. I love the Eagles. On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of colitas rising up through the air. Up ahead in the distance, I saw a shimmering light. My head grew heavy and my sight grew dim. I had to stop for the night. Thank you so much, Lanita. There she stood in the doorway. I heard the mission bell. I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven or this could be hell. And she lit up a candle and she showed me the way. There were voices down the corridor. I thought I heard them say, welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place. Such a lovely place. Plenty of room at the Hotel California. Any time of year. You can find it here. Oh my God. Lanita said, not big back, Stacy. Oh my God. Big back, big back. Might just get a Big Mac. Yes, Lori, sitting on the dock of the bay. Yes. Yeah, you need to check that out. Was talking about how Charlie Kirk's wife and kids need to go to. I can't. I got to get off social media. These people are they're nuts. When that comes back to her, she's going to remember these statements that she made. So we're done. We are done. Beef patties. My girls, you behave. We are done. If you get a chance, ain't no sunshine when he's gone. Yeah. Not the song again. Okay. Oh, Florida said no big back. I can't sing big back. It drives Florida crazy. So we're gone. Yes, Mayor. I love the Eagles. Yes. I have the greatest hits around here somewhere. Bill Withers, I love. And I know. Oh, God. Okay. If you can, leave a comment after the live stream is over. That helps YouTube to share the stream out. You leave a comment, I will respond to you tonight or tomorrow. I promise. I'm coming to talk to you right now in the chat section. Don't forget to hit the hype button. If you scroll over sideways, you'll see it. It's right beside the word thanks. Thank you so much. And I'm coming to talk to you now. I love you. Be safe. And here I come.